G'day friends and welcome to another one of my videos. Now, have you ever had the situation where the electronic level on the Canon EOS M50 just seems to go missing? Well, I had that problem all the time. So in today's episode, we're going to figure out how to solve that. So let's get undressed. No, I wouldn't do that to you. And welcome back. Now that particular footage was shot on a 360 camera, and 360 cameras have this auto leveling feature that is really helpful because it saves you a lot of time in post-production. Unfortunately, the same thing can't be said for the M50, and now with this Sigma lens that I've been using and loving, by the way, so if you haven't checked out my video on that lens, here it is right there. Anyway, click on that and check that out on the review on this particular lens. But the M50 does not have IBIS and this lens does not have IS. And so therefore it causes a bit of a problem when I'm trying to level out the camera in order to take a nice flat and horizontally level shot. Now the problem is that when I'm trying to find the electronic level in the camera, I can't seem to find it for some reason, and it was just doing my head in. Anyway, I did a little bit of research and I found out online that this camera has some menu limitations, and the electronic level seems to be one of them. So let's plug this camera into the Atomos Ninja so we can capture the menu, and we'll see what is actually causing this problem. And here we are, we've got all our gizmos and gadgets all hooked up. Now I did run into some complications. I just discovered while I was trying to do this that if you output your image from the M50 by the HDMI port into the Atomos Ninja 5, the electronic level also doesn't get output. So I can't see, whatever I do, I can't see the electronic level on the Ninja 5, which is pretty weird, but lucky I discovered it now before I led you up the garden path. Anyway, let's get back to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the menu and the screen so we can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to configure the menus before we sort of prove or come up with a solution for our problem. Okay, so as you can see, I'm pointing at my subject, which is my friendly little pug that keeps me company while I'm here in the studio. Now, before we do anything, we have to go to our menu screen. So we're in the yellow menu or the settings menu, and we have to scroll over across to the fourth option, and you can see shooting info display. If you select that, then your first option is screen info settings. Now go in here. Now this is where you configure what you cycle through when you press your info button in the back of the camera. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to turn off most of them except number 3 and number 5. So, and then I'm going to press OK. I'm going to go back to the desktop, or should I say the screen, and I'm going to cycle through those two menus. So the first one is the dark one, which gives you all the settings, and then the next one, which is the one that's got some of the shooting information on the screen. So just those two. So I'm going to go back to the menu, shooting info, screen info settings. I'm going to turn all these guys back on. So there's 5 different menus. But what I want you to do is pay special attention to number 3. As you can see, menu number 3 has the electronic level in place. But if I switch out of this, so I press OK, go back to the screen, for some reason it is not there. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand what was causing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the back of the camera because, like I said before, the electronic level is not captured on the Ninja 5. Okay, so I've switched to the back of the screen. So I've got my little action cam pointing at the menu because I can't record this any other way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the Q button, and the Q button is what allows us to change some of the settings on the fly. As you can see, I have autofocus method face detect turned on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to enable zone autofocus. And as you can see, voila, there is our meter, and I'm going to play around with the settings to make sure that we get the correct alignment, and oh, that's not good enough. So, and then obviously we'll get a green symbol, and there we are. Now let's test this theory once again. Go into Q, turn on electronic autofocus, and the level is gone. There is one more focus method, which is the single point, and I'm going to turn that on, and the focus is there. So that's it. That is the big mystery there. The actual focusing method affects whether the electronic level, actually shows up on the screen. And if you happen to have it connected to an external monitor, that's not going to show up either, which is something that I just discovered now. So I don't know why that limitation's there, but it was driving me crazy, and thankfully, with a little bit of investigation, I sorted out what was causing the problem. And there you have it, friends. The case of the missing electronic level has finally been solved. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give me a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And until the next time, ciao for now.